first trip to America, and I am here in Philly for like a very special reason. Say hi! A very good morning from this very sunny city of Philadelphia. Like they always say, it is always sunny in Philadelphia. It's my first day in Philadelphia today, if I don't count the fact that I arrived yesterday and I was zonked and exhausted after my super long flight from Vienna to Frankfurt and then directly to Philly. And it just took me a while to, I think, just grasp in, everything around me, because this is so different than Europe, and it should be, because we are in the Americas. This is my first trip to America, and I am here in Philly for like a very special reason, which I will reveal soon. And unfortunately, the US Embassy in Vienna thought that my husband is not fit to come to the US, or he might want to settle here. So they did not give him a visa, and I had to travel on my own after like a really long time. I really can't recall when was the last time I took a solo trip. I did live solo, like by myself, for some time last year when Patil was still in India and he was getting his residence permit issues sorted, and but that's really not the point now. So I am in the US for the next 10 days, and I'm just doing two cities. One is Philadelphia. Why Philadelphia? Because the special reason why I'm here is actually right here in Philadelphia. So I'll be spending this week in Philly, and once I'm done with this, I will be heading, of course, to New York. Honestly, I didn't want to travel too much on my own without Parichay, because I love the benefits of traveling solo, but I miss him. I mean, I think we're so glued to each other's travel style, or just in general, like it's so easy for us to live together now that it's always better to have that company or that help. You can afford to get lazy, you can afford to let down your guard, and really just enjoy without having to be super responsible. I feel traveling solo requires you to get super responsible, because what else? Anyway, that is a lot of chatter all at once. So I've just had my coffee. I figured my bookings at the hostel, I had my coffee, and now we're gonna go and explore a bit of Philly. Before that, we're gonna get some basics sorted, like getting a transport card, which is called the SEPTA key card over here. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get some currency bits sorted, and other than that, I think I'm just gonna walk around a lot. So stay tuned, and well, let's enjoy this together.
First post office, then go straight from open to that. It's tiny. This is a print shop.
I'm currently at the Independence Visitor Center in Philadelphia. This is the first stop that I have made, because like I've always said before, that whenever you're about to start exploring a new city, it always makes sense to get different perspectives, a local perspective, an interesting perspective that you usually get from the visitor office or typically, the tourist info. So this is one such place where you can get a sense of like a good guidance as to the important historical museums in the city, the events happening in the city. And yeah, I mean, the staff is so helpful. Right here, this gorgeous place is where we had to walk in. This is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. And they gave me this list of walks that are going to happen every day with their timings and fees. And this is the map of the city of Philadelphia, which has all the important museums that have been marked that I can visit. And at this point I can say I have about 3 perspectives to really explore Philly for the next few days that I'm here. One perspective being the one from the Independence Visitor Center, which has a list of the important historical museums and places to see, landmarks in the city that I can visit. The second perspective is from the receptionist at the hostel that I was staying. He gave me a really nice insight of the cultural things in the city, his favorites, the kind of things that locals love, walking around districts, going for thrift shopping, exploring the hot and happening hubs in the city. And I think that's the one that I'm leaning towards a lot more. And the third is obviously the research that I've been doing on the internet through different blogs, through the Visit Philly website, and of course our dear friend Instagram, or the entire social media for that matter. So I'm looking forward to mixing all 3 perspectives and making the most of my
Liberty was dangerous. Here, in the United States, enslaved Africans risked their lives just for a taste of liberty. John Davis was one. He ran away here to Pennsylvania for freedom. It overpowered him.
So this is a free space that has been set up right outside the Independence Visitor Center, which gives you the history of the making of this nation's constitution.
Like the enslaved residents of this house, we too were founding fathers of these United States.
The Fugitive Slave Act allowed slaves.
So we're here at the Liberty Bell.
Alors que les Alliés débarquaient en Normandie, chez eux, les Américains se...
Bell soon became one of America's greatest symbols of liberty and freedom. It inspired suffragist Catherine Rauschenberger in her fight for equal rights for women, including the right to vote.
You can see that there is the Independence Visitor Hall where we started the trip. Then we walked into this building which basically had the Liberty Bell, and right opposite it is this magnificent structure. This is the Congress City Hall, or the Philadelphia State Building as it used to be. So I think a little bit of a history lesson here is that Philadelphia served as the capital city of the yet to be United States till the 1800s, and this city plays a very, very important role in the US freedom, can't say freedom struggle, but the US independence, and like right from serving as a capital to being the center where all the Congress sessions after the Boston Tea Party happened, it all happened here in Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is in the state of Pennsylvania. And am I saying it right? I'm getting really confused. But basically, Philadelphia is one of the most important cities in the US independence, the story of the US independence. And yeah, I mean, this is, even now, it is like the national cultural capital. It's the 7th biggest, it's really just Wikipedia stuff, but it's the 7th biggest city in the United States. And I think the good thing is there are like a lot of things in Philly which are really like outdoor. So even like right now, the visit to the Liberty Bell was like, they had like a nice installation which had a lot of information about the Liberty Bell being such an important symbol of the US democracy, and the history of it all. A brief mix of multimedia, like videos, audiovisual, pictures, installations about the US independence. And the entry was free of cost. Just walked in there, you have to go through a security check. They don't object to you carrying cameras, water, which is not supposed to eat in there. And yeah, it was a nice, quick experience. I'm not gonna head to the Independence Hall right now, but this is pretty much what the building is. It's right next to the Liberty Bell gate. You can just cross the road and like head in there. You can buy tickets to go in there. Right now I'm gonna just head to the Reading Market terminal because I'm really getting hungry, and I've heard so much about how it's one of the best places in Philly to eat different kinds of food. The reference that I got in my head immediately when I was reading up about it was the Flabuc area in Barcelona, and that is one place. If I'm going to Barcelona, because I've been twice now, so if I'm going to Barcelona again, I have to go to La Book area. So I'm pretty sure going to the Reading Terminal Market is going to be like really exciting for me. It's about a 15-minute walk from here, and I think people were right when they said that Philly is pretty much a walkable city. I think with the massive buildings and I think just the size, everything looks a little intimidating, especially when you come from Europe. Yes, I'm that girl now. But it looks a little intimidating, but if you love walking, everything's pretty walkable. And honestly, there's no better way to explore a city than walking, because you just stumble upon so many amazing things as you walk. You can make notes of places you want to get back to later, or simply just even walk in that moment and check out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk right up. So before heading to the Reading Terminal Market, I decided to, because I was crossing the Jefferson station, I decided I'll come and I'll quickly pick my transport card so that whenever I do need to use the public transport, it's super easy for me. So at the station, there are these fare kiosks where buying it is super simple and really quick. So we're gonna start here. We need a key card because you need to tap in and tap out when you get on the bus or the transport, except it's for $4.95. Now if we decide to purchase transit passes, there's a weekly pass, but the weekly pass costs almost $25.50, which I don't think we'll be needing, so I'm going to remove this and I'm just going to add some credit to my travel wallet. Let's say $10 for now. And continue. And so now I'm adding $10 to my wallet and I'm getting the key card. And well, let's say credit. Please follow the instructions. I'm just going to quickly. Did this go? Okay. And looks like the payment has gone through. Would I like a receipt? Nope, save paper. So the transaction finally came through and I got a receipt and the card. So now with this, I can basically tap in here and take the metro or any other means of transport. So we're set with this and I can refill this whenever the money is over, which makes my life a hell lot easier. This is what we're crossing now, the fashion district. It's like a mall with some of the best known fashion brands. It's also got H&M, Forever 21, etc, etc. It's really the place for shoppers, and there's fancy. I mean, I'm enjoying walking in Philly. I think even though I just got the transport card, this is really a good decision. Here's Sephora. That's H&M that we're approaching. Everything's pretty much like on one track. Things about travel I love, it's just this, not the shopping. Oh, we've come to Primark. The Primark is so much cheaper than Europe over here. I saw that online. This is H&M. And here's some more stuff here. Primark is on the other side of the building, I believe, because I remember yesterday when I was coming by the bus, I did see Primark and I did get excited because who doesn't like cheap shopping? The European and me following rules. My husband will be so proud. That looks like a Reebok outlet. Still fashion district. Clearly in America, you can't expect fashion to be anything less than what all of this looks like. I do feel so illiterate when it comes to any kind of fashion talks. I can't even tell which brand is better than the other because, I mean, look at me, from which angle Does it look like I know any of it? No regrets. There's other things that I know.
Ma'am, are you vlogging?
Yes.
Can I be in it?
Yes, please say hi.
But I could have sworn I've seen you somewhere though.
So it was so nice just seeing all that energy. They subscribe to my channel, of course, and yeah, I mean, they just want to know what vlogging is about, and they were just so sweet. Yeah, I mean, especially when you're traveling solo, I think all you need is a little bit of like a shout out of sorts to help you get through. And this here is, by the way, the Pennsylvania Convention Center. I crossed most of this yesterday when I was coming by bus. I was so zoned, but I'm glad I remember most of this. That's the Hard Rock Cafe. Have no clue where the Primark went. Just Philly things, I guess. Thank you. So it's, I think, almost the end of what seemed like kind of a long day. Like I last mentioned, I was meeting my sister-in-law for lunch, and the lunch plans turned into us just driving around Philly. Yeah, I mean, we went to this amazing place. I figured through Google on this place called what? Shanghai. No, sorry. This place called Spicy Sea, which was right almost at the beginning of Chinatown, which was also very, very close to the Reading Market Hall that I headed towards. We had lunch. I tried the pineapple fried rice, which I had heard so much about, or rather seen so much. And yeah, and then we just we drove around, went towards the Fairmont Park, then we headed right in the opposite direction of Penn's Landing, and yeah, I mean, spring is yet to set in, and I mean that quite literally, not just in terms of the cherry blossoms, but in terms of the mood of the city, because when we went towards Penn's Landing today, I could tell that when summer comes, that's going to be one lively spot. I saw some closed food trucks of sorts, and their menus seemed quite interesting. I couldn't make sense of the fried Oreo, but never mind. I think I might visit there once again, just to get things on camera, and just in general, I think it was a very nice place to walk, even if things were shut. Ended the day checking into the Marge Hotel, where I'm being hosted for a couple of nights. It's quite a cute place. I mean, look at my room. It's quite nice, and yeah, I mean, I'm going to be here for a couple of days. I'm looking forward to it. I really miss Parache. I mean, having spent whatever time I have in Philly, Parache always used to be skeptical about how much he'd really like the US, but I can tell you he would really, really like it. In fact, I just got done with like a nice half an hour, 45-minute phone call, I think, with him, because that's how long distance works. Like, yeah, kind of sucks. And you don't expect to be in this kind of a situation after getting married, especially when you know that you almost work together, travel together, and you like almost the same kind of things. But well, that's called fate. I packed some leftover pineapple rice, because there was such a huge portion. I'm gonna have that for dinner. I have my table set. In fact, funnily, I was really craving coffee, so I went downstairs to get a cup of coffee for me. I will be transferring footage, taking backup, usual stuff in the life of a vlogger. And yes, then I'm gonna try sleeping early because tomorrow is a very important day. Tomorrow we're headed exactly for the reason that we're here. We're headed to UPenn. I am doing. I had even announced this earlier on my social media. I'm doing an executive course from the Center of Social Impact Strategy in association with University of Pennsylvania, and I feel so honored and privileged and excited to be actually stepping into the UPenn campus tomorrow as a cohort, and I'm absolutely looking forward to this. The course that I'm doing is in social impact strategy, purely because I thought that it really complements my master's degree that is in sustainable development. So yeah, I mean, by September I should be done with this course. It's an online course, but this March convening at the campus was really important, more like mandatory, so that students could connect with each other, have some team activities, and I'm hoping I can shoot a little bit on campus. In fact, I'm gonna actually go there right from breakfast. They're serving us breakfast, lunch, dinner for the next 3 days, and that is the primary purpose of coming to this trip, of not cancel, because I have literally booked my tickets a week ago for this trip purely because I couldn't cancel it. Otherwise, I don't think this trip would be happening after Parichay's visa getting rejected. So yeah, tomorrow is a super important day. Today was a really nice day. I couldn't cover as much as I thought I would, and I'm really hoping that I think I did well with the planning, because I have today's day where I did get some major tasks sorted in terms of getting around the city. From tomorrow onwards, I'll be spending most of my time at UPenn, tomorrow, day after, and on Friday. And once that is done, so I think I'll mostly get time to explore only after my time at the university is done. I may or may not have dinner outside, and yeah, I mean, I am enjoying exploring the city, but I think I've kept one day as of now, Saturday. Basically, today is Tuesday. I came here on Monday. Today is Tuesday that I explored. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be at the university, and Saturday is one day that I have kept extra to just go around Philly and see the city. The part that I'm most excited about, to be honest, is that Philly has a lot of bookstores. There's an entire district which is famous for having a lot of bookstores, and I'm really looking forward to exploring that, having more coffee here, trying out the local food here. I did get a little excited about shopping because the costs are like comparatively cheaper than Europe, and yeah, so I am hoping to shop, but I'll mostly shop from New York. And just because when you're traveling solo, and you're a delicate girl when it comes to traveling with a suitcase and carrying all the luggage, you just want the effort to be bare minimal. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll be taking a bus on Sunday morning to New York, and I'll be staying at a stretch in one hostel. Hopefully I still have to book. So once I'm done with that, I can shop, bring stuff back every day, and yeah, and then I can just pack and head directly to the airport. Anyway, that's a lot of planning. Basically, that's what my next 10 days would really look like. And I mean, I got a little excited. I thought I'll probably try editing my videos on the trip so that these can be uploaded really soon. But yeah, that was my day one in Philly. First impressions of the city. I was telling Parachay actually, I think we watched way too much pop culture and consumed way too much of America. Different cities of America, doesn't just have to be New York, to feel unfamiliar with any part of America. Everything feels like, you know, we've seen all these things on TV, on screens, and now it's like life has come right into it, where all of that has come alive, or we have been come into this TV show. I have come into this TV show and I have no complaints. I especially want to mention, maybe it's the Austria effect, but people here are so kind, so helpful, helping you navigate around. I mean, and I think the biggest strength is obviously the language, because wow, when everybody speaks English, life is so much easier instead of trying to interpret every word. But that said, Parampara, you got to learn German, you got to perfect Deutsch, at least till C1 level. Right now you're just at A2. Okay, that's that. I'm going to keep rambling, so I better get to chilling. And that's all from day one in Philly.